Thank you very much. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the esteemed Mayor of Kissimmee, Miss Olga Gonzalez.
This is a proclamation, Caribbean American Day. Whereas Caribbean Americans today have distinguished themselves in all aspects of American city life, contributing immeasurably to America's economic, culture, and political greatness. And whereas the Caribbean and Floridian Association will host the annual Caribbean Fusion Festival in celebration of the music, culture, craft, and a taste of the Caribbean. And whereas this festive event annually recognizes and celebrates the roles and contributions of Caribbean Americans for many years. And whereas Caribbean Americans living in Central Florida have no less zest for life, economic, culture, and political expression than their peers and the counterparts who live in other major cities and towns across the United States. And whereas they have brought to Central Florida a rich culture, heritage, and a strong structure of values that make them welcome citizens wherever they choose to settle. And whereas Caribbean Americans maintain a strong sense of community,
Hallelujah.
which is manifested in many culture and business organizations dedicated to the celebration of positive aspects of Caribbean American cultures and values. And as now therefore, we the City Commission of the City of Kissimmee do hereby proclaim April 28, 2024 as Caribbean American Day in the City of Kissimmee and invite all citizens to join in this celebration. Enjoy the music, the food. This is your town, so enjoy it. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our headliners for the evening is about to take the stage, representing the beautiful country of Guyana. This is a son of the soil. They call him the Guyana Babu. This man has so many hits. The chutney soca king of the world, in my opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, my very good friend to represent the beautiful country of Guyana. Give it up for Terry Gadraj.
Thank you. Make some noise for Mr. Craig right there. Anybody ready to go home right now? Are you ready to go home? There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me see you. I want to see some flags in the air. I want to know which country you come from. I see you in a big Guyana.
Family, that's Guyana Tapestry, the Caribbean Fusion 2024. Listen, fusion is the right word to describe this festival. It captures and epitomizes the spirit of the festival that has become one of, if not Kissimmee, Florida's signature annual event. Caribbean Fusion 2024 did not disappoint. In fact, it helped to solidify that legacy. It was a spectacle of diversity. Indeed, a hodgepodge of nationalities and cultures. Thousands of Floridians and out-of-state guests alike. We ate, drank, danced, and married ourselves in celebration of the roles and contributions of Caribbean Americans. And this happened at the end of April, when the Caribbean and Floridian Association Incorporated, that's CAFA, in collaboration with the city of Kissimmee, hosted Caribbean Fusion. The festival featured some 85 vendors and exhibitors and live performances from popular soca, reggae, and calypso artists such as Terry Gadraj, the Red Plastic Bag, and the Island Rebels Band. Check out some of the performances. It's nice for the whole family to enjoy.
master, you gotta trust the Guyana Babu. I'm looking for the flags. I'm looking for the rocks. Kissimmee massive.
Somebody missing, somebody missing, somebody missing, somebody missing. Say red, white and black, red, white and black. Trinidad and Tobago. Now when we don't roll alone. Anywhere that we go, I'm moving everywhere we go. We mash up flat, we like the army, everybody. Jump up, say jump up, say mash up, mash up, mash up. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, nice. Rest in peace, Ricardo Drew. Low, really low. Give it to me low.
The organization responsible for this amazing display of Caribbean culture, the Caribbean and Floridian Association Incorporated, CAFA Inc., was founded almost 3.5 decades ago in 1991 proper in response to the need to support newly arriving immigrants of Caribbean heritage to the Central Florida area. Today, CAFA is still on a mission to integrate and advance its members in various aspects of community life, whether it be culturally, politically, or economically. But what I mean, and what I got to do with Guyana tapestry, other than Guyana's cultural affinity to the Caribbean and membership in CARICOM? Somebody even asked me why I had to go all the way to Florida for a festival, if they ain't got festival in the state where I live. Well, importantly, at the helm of this 120-member organization that's doing such consequential work in Central Florida is a Guyanese American, Andy King, who hails from Patentia Village and Wales Estate on the west bank of Demerara in Guyana. Hey, big up to the west side. Here is the best side. But Guyana Tapestry was allowed rare access into CAFA's last planning meeting before the Caribbean Fusion event. Not only were we exposed firsthand to Andy's leadership, planning, and execution of this organization's mission and this mega event, naturally Guyana Tapestry seized the opportunity to learn some more about Andy's immigration journey, which began in January of 1982, and the impetus for his civic and community leadership and service. Here's Andy King.
Grateful, Pelham, for the opportunity to talk to folks about the wonderful things we're doing here, keeping the culture alive, and from a Guyanese identity. It's great to participate in the wider diaspora of Caribbean nations here in Central Florida. A few years back, around 2003, 2004, I was involved with a group that formed the Guyanese Cultural Association of Central Florida, and I subsequently became president of that group. And at that group, we hosted Guyana Day. We used to have the biggest Guyana Day here in this region. We hosted the president of Guyana at the time. We hosted ministers from the government and representatives of the government. We produced scholarships as well. We hosted cricketers like Lance Gibbs, Alvin Kalicharan, Clive Lloyd, Rohan Kanai, many of those. We also hosted celebrities like CC Pounder was one of our guest speakers. We also had Sir Richard Braffett from To Soar With Love. He was one of the people that graced our stage. And we also had Vincent Adams, the scientist that worked in the Obama administration. And over the years, we've had a gamut. But that apart, also, I am also involved.
And they participate at different levels in the
yeah,
and the work of CAFA.
exactly. And now at the church, my wife sits on the board here at Solid Rock Church, and I also spearhead some of their cultural activities. So, which mean like the last couple of years we've done Caribbean Heritage Month celebration right here on the grounds.
Right.
And this June 8th we'll be doing a similar thing. It's a mini fusion. There'll be vendors all over here with music and art and whatever right here in the community. We also do through CAFA, we do every Thanksgiving right here. We do giveaways of turkey. We give away hundreds of turkeys to the disadvantaged as well. And so those are some of the things that we do as well. And I'm always involved with promoting the wellness and the goodness of the Caribbean diaspora here in Central
I
Florida.
see that because, and I'm going to use that as an opportunity to mention the observation I made about you being the upcoming recipient, awardee, the I think Black Empowerment.
Yeah, the Black Empowerment Committee Council,
So, okay, and
the Vanguard Award.
Vanguard Award.
Yeah.
So please tell us about that, Mr. King.
Well, that's a group that an organization came about because many of us sat here and we thought that we don't have the kind of representation for Afro-American folks here in this area, and so we tapped into folks in the government, Judge Gabby, many others, some of the commissioners in the city government, and we formulated ideas and came up with a think tank that decided the way forward is to form an organization can we best represent Afro-American here in Central Florida. Yeah.
So you do so at various levels.
Yes.
I see. Commendable work. So, and I mean, I want to ask in terms of your own engagement, right, at these various levels. What inspires it? What motivates you to give and to engage yourself to take on these various tasks to ensure that people are advanced, in various ways, that the culture is advanced?
Yeah. It goes back to my early days in high school. I remember.
You gotta tell me the high school. Is it GT school?
It's Patentia Government Secondary School on the west bank of the River
Wonderful. Please
in
tell
Wales.
us where you're from. So you're from.
I'm from Wales on the west bank.
Yes.
My family hails from there.
Awesome.
My dad actually he's from Kitty. He was from Kitty, and he grew up in Berbice.
Awesome.
And my mom hails from Good Intent Village in on the west bank.
Awesome.
And so when I was in high school, they always, the folks, my friends, they always say, you're a leader, you're a great talker, and I always, somewhere I go, I be doing some commentary and stuff like that. I held many leadership roles throughout this central executive committee in Guyana, and then I started working for the Foreign Affairs Ministry in the protocol department, before I migrated to New York. In New York, I attended Medgavis College, and I was also student government president of that college. Yep.
Amazing job, Mr. King. So I'm going to pivot a little bit because this is Guyana Tapestry, and we're catering to the Guyanese diaspora. And part of the reason we are seizing this opportunity to talk with Mr. King, naturally because he's Guyanese, and he happens to be at the helm of the organization, right? So if you can pivot a little bit and tell us briefly about how that occurred, your leadership, your engagement, and so how you've been sort of moving the organization in this trajectory.
Right. Like I said, initially what happened, there was a group of folks from the Caribbean diaspora that got together, and they were mainly Trinidadians.
Yes.
And they decided to form what's called a social club.
I see.
So they were going to go to carnival, they were going to have parties, and then over time, I introduced you earlier to Conrad Randolph.
Yes.
He was involved in that group, but he was more serious-minded, so he said, let's also have a group that's representative of our economic well-being, and so the group evolved into where we started doing scholarships, we started doing wellness programs for residents, and over time, so CAFA in itself then became like the leading advocate for welfare of Caribbean folks in here.
Levels of the community.
And the King and CAFA are without question making a noticeable impact in Kissimmee, Florida. It was a proud moment for me as a Guyanese and a person of Caribbean, West Indian heritage to participate and experience an event of this magnitude organized by Caribbean people, representing and showcasing the culture in such an impressive and tasteful way. So much so that it gains the full support and sponsorship of the city of Kissimmee and district congressional representative, all of whom participated in the event. A special thank you to the leadership and membership of CAFA for your vision and work in the Central Florida area. Thank you for allowing Guyana Tapestry access to your planning. Thank you for the warm smiles and hug. Mr. Andy King, thank you for your leadership, not only as the current sitting president of CAFA and in the community, but also for your insights, the insights you shared, and the values you represent. Your work is undoubtedly helping to move the needle as a force for good in the community. And that is what Guyana Tapestry represents and will continue to highlight and support. Guyana Tapestry family, this Caribbean Fusion 2024 was one for the books. We might go again next year. Can't beat the Caribbean hospitality and energy. And also, I promised the Guyana Tapestry family that I will go wherever Guyanese people are doing amazing things just to show the size and substance of the diaspora. So where will the next story be? Which city, which town across the U.S. or outside of the U.S. in the region? Hear me, family. Thank you for your continued support. If you watch the videos on a regular, if you have not already, go over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Facebook, on IG, on X, formerly Twitter, on all the platforms. It's Guyana_Tapestry. Family, let's grow and connect the Guyana Tapestry family, the Guyana Tapestry community. We gotta continue to share the positive vibes and stories of the amazing Guyanese people, the impactful work we're doing, and the positive contributions we're making across the region and global diaspora. Family, this is Guyana Tapestry, and we are telling Guyana's immigration story. And like I say, this story want more people. So, tell somebody about the Guyana Tapestry and the GT who be in America's communities telling Guyana's immigration story. Lyrics, all right? Until the next story is Chico with GT. Always one love, man. Bless up.